Good afternoon, beautiful people. Well, tonight is officially, first of all, baby, it's cold. It ain't cold, but it's fall. Fall has fallen, 'Cause, baby. But getting back to the initial statements, tonight is officially the premiere of the podcast. And by the time you see this, which is probably going to be posted tomorrow because it is Vlogtober, you've already seen the podcast. And you already know that I changed the name. The U factor just wasn't doing it for me. It was giving So You Think You Can Dance, Fear Factor, the show that Simon, the singing show, Everybody's Got Talent. If it was giving, that name was giving that type of show. And I really didn't want to go through the process of having to explain what the U and the three, and then, of course, the unfiltered, unscripted, unapologetic. And I didn't want to have to, correlate those two. But last minute, pop came through my mind because I had been saying already that part of my intro was going to be the fact that the mic is hot and the filter is off. It was going to be something along that line. So I the mic is hot just kept speaking to me, because the mic is going to be hot, and the mic is going to be hot in so many different ways. It can be the mic is hot like the mic is on, or the mic is hot like you got to drop it because it's real hot. Mic is hot because of the conversations that we're going to have, and the mic is going to be hot. Let me say that. So, yes, I changed the name to The Mic is Hot. I looked up to see if there's other podcasts named The Mic is Hot. There are not. There's a podcast called Hot Mic, but not The Mic is Hot. So, now I got to work on an official logo. I might solicit my sis cuz Tam, because she's really good at creating logos, and I just have so many other things that I really need to be focused on. I do want to get an official portrait, get some photos done, some social media photos done for the podcast and everything. I'm excited, y'all. I have been really just overthinking it, trying to figure out where am I gonna film it, this, that, and the third. And you know how I feel about my sofa, but I'm like, Chloe, just cozy it up. I like for it to be cozy. I like for it to be warm. I will, occasionally move, the location, change something up or anything, or something. But for the most part, I'm in love with it. I'm in love with how cozy it was. And especially since it's about to be fall and winter, we'll figure something out for summer, as far as changing the aesthetics and everything. But I like whenever it's dark and brooding, and it's to me, it speaks of sensual, it speaks of cozy, it speaks of girlfriends talking, even though I will have some guys on there, at times, and then I'll figure out that setup. Whenever I have more than one person on there, I have to figure out that setup, because I do, want to just not always have one-on-one. I might want to have a girl and a guy, or I might want to have a couple, or I might want to have girlfriends, or I might want to have two guys and I be the only woman, because I really want to know how men think. So, nevertheless, I've been trying not to say that because I say that a lot. But either way, your girl is just, I'm so excited. I got to figure out how to do split microphones attaching to my DJI camera if I'm going to be using it to film, because I really did want to use my my mics, my floor mics. I just love the aesthetics of it. I wanted to use my floor mics, but unfortunately I didn't have time to try and figure it out and if it's going to work with the DJI or not and all this other good stuff. So, went back to the cordless. But if I need more additional microphones, I need to figure out how I can, set that up. But I go on YouTube. I figure everything out on YouTube. So right now I am about to head over to Kroger to get my tag. And then I'm trying to decide if I want to shoot out to, it's 12:30. I get there, she's probably going to be at lunch, so I probably need to just wait. I still need to get my COVID shot. And for the most part, I'm just going to be chilling today. I still got to I still need to order a cart for because I left my red cart at Ace's house, but that car was falling apart, and so I need them to get another cart. Plus, I want them to have bigger wheels, so I might go by. I don't know. They're $59 if I go to Walmart. I don't know, honey. I'll figure it out. For now, let me just go get this tag. And then it's 12 o'clock. I haven't eaten. Matter of fact, I haven't even taken my high blood pressure. I haven't taken my medication. Y'all, I jumped up this morning because I started working on downloading the video, because the video is 2 hours almost. I downloaded the video, started working on it last night because it takes a long time for it to download, and went to bed. So whenever I got up this morning, I immediately just started working on the premiere, the posting, the uploading, and making sure that everything was okay, the wording, and doing a short clip and all that other good stuff. So yeah, so that's what's been going on. But anyway, I'm pulling up over here at Kroger. Go ahead and run in here and get my tag, and then figure out what I'm gonna do from there. All right, I'll let you beautiful people. So I just went in and got my tag, and was thinking, what am I going to eat? And then I said to myself, Chloe, you at Kroger. Sometimes you go until 3, 4, and even 5 o'clock and not eat. So why are you going to stop somewhere, get somebody $20 to cook something that you're probably not even going to even like or want, instead of taking your butt in here and getting what you need to cook at home? And since it is fall, I'm gonna make some chili. That's exactly what your girl gonna do. She gonna make some chili. So let's go. these right here for now. And I'm really interested in seeing what that tastes like. So Dee is headed back out of town, and since she has announced it publicly on social media, then I can talk about it. So she's headed out of town. She's been in and out of town for a month now. Going to Daytona for a week, then coming back home for a week. So I guess you guys noticed that you haven't seen my sister very much lately. And reason being is because a month and a half ago, her mother was diagnosed with stage 4 stomach cancer. And
Delray Dumps.
Hey, D.
Hey.
Hey.
I don't have that young lady number. Tell her her car's ready.
Okay, it's ready. How much is it gonna be?
It's gonna be like $253.
Okay. Okay, well let me call her so I can go get her and bring her down there to get it.
All right, okay.
Okay, bye. Well, that is why I love Delroy. That is why I will not leave my mechanic. Delroy just called me and said your car ready.
Oh, he called you?
Yeah, he said he don't know what he did with your number. He don't want to make a mistake and call the wrong number. Anyway, he says it's gonna be $253.
$253.
Okay, so you ready for me to come get you now?
Give me till 2.
Okay, so come get you at 2.
Leave out at 2.
Leave my house at 2. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, bye.
All right. Thank you. Bye.
Okay, so if I'm leaving at 2, that gives me time to put my chili on, and it'll be good and marinated and everything by the time we get back. By the time I drop her off and I get back, I actually can probably stop at Kaiser and get my COVID shot. Well, I was gonna film, but I don't have time to film because right now I only have 30 minutes. So I gotta put all this together. I ain't got time to be talking to y'all. I'll be back. Okay, maybe I'll just do a little bit because y'all always see me talking about cooking, but y'all don't never see me cooking. So I do cook. I just don't cook that often because when I cook, I can't cook in small quantities. It's just hard for me to. So what I'm gonna do is give some of it to, oh, I forgot where I left off before Delroy called me. Hold on. Okay, so, ooh, y'all, you can tell I used to have muscles. Y'all see that? Y'all see, used to have some muscles. Used to be. Anyway, okay, now they burning my eyes. So, as I was saying before, I got called. Oh, it's been a while since I had some onions that just really burned my eyes. Um, so my sister's mother has been diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. And so she goes down there every other week. She has 2 other sisters, and she also has a brother. But she goes down every week that her mother has chemo, and then she comes home for a week, and then she goes down a week. So next weekend, whenever we go down for Atlanta for Black Bike Week in Daytona, she's gonna already be down there because she's flying down today, and then she'll ride back with me next Sunday. So that's that situation. And so what I'll do is, I know I'm going to overcook, but I'm going to drop a lot of this chili off at her son's house, who doesn't live too far from us. Yes, we are still taking care of the baby. He's 26. And yes, he knows how, now I ain't going to say he knows how to cook. He cooks. He throws himself in the air fryer. He has 2 little girls who he has all the time. And he'll throw some stuff in the air fryer. But whenever I cook, I always have him in mind. And so I oftentimes cook a little extra just for him. And then her daughter, my little niece, she'll occasionally text me. I'm talking about little shit. She's 24, I think. Is she 25? I don't know. Shit, she might be 25. She'll text me and be like, TT, what you got over there to eat? Because last time I made some spaghetti and gave it to Dee to give to her son, and gave her some, and then she took something to her son. Then her daughter come texting me, TT, you got any more spaghetti left? Because Mama took it all to Dev. So this time I'm going to make sure that whenever I make chili, yes, I'm going to give some to him, but I'm also going to make sure that my niece gets some too, especially since her mom is, out of town and everything. So that's that. But I really do need to focus on cooking. So garlic powder, onion powder, black ground pepper, smoked paprika, and slap your mama. So I'm gonna cut up these green peppers and try and, what time is it? It's 1:39. Okay, y'all, let me focus on this and I will holler back at you guys in a little bit. So I finally made it back home. I feel like I have been on a world tour. So Lish and I went and picked up Lish, took Lish to Conyers to pick up our car, fought traffic back. She left her phone, so I had to meet her downstairs to take her phone. I took Day, Deidre's daughter, some food. Dev, her son, he just not gonna get no food today. Because what I'm about to do is I'm about to take a shower, put on tank tops and panties, and get over there on that sofa. I'm done for the day. And I'll holler at you, beautiful people. I'm not done for the day. I'm sorry. It's 4:56. And the podcast goes live in an hour and 4 minutes. And so, yeah, let me go ahead and do what I got to do so I can get on the sofa and watch the premiere with you guys. I will see you on the flip side. Bye bye. Good morning, beautiful people. Let me tell y'all something about this right here. Let me go in a little closer. CUTWATER. Do not let peppermint white Russian. Don't that. Baby, do not let this little can with these little peppermints on here, do not let this deceive you. So I'm getting ready to leave out. I was supposed to go to my cousin's funeral today. But I feel bad that I didn't so I feel bad that I didn't go. But I just couldn't bring myself to do it. I couldn't bring myself to do it. And you know, my mom's been so heavy on me. I guess it's the changing of the seasons. I've been trying to keep myself busy. I've been trying to do things, Vlogtober, you know, constantly looking for little stuff that I really don't damn need. I threw myself in trying to focus on the setup for the podcast and all this other stuff. And of course, you guys know I've been traveling, you know, but it finally just came down on me real hard. And because I actually was going to tell Lish I didn't feel like filming. I did not feel like filming. I wasn't organized. I wasn't how I usually am with things because I've just been all over the place. But I powered through. And this morning, I mean, because even Thursday I was supposed to go meet my sister at the house to do some more work and just completely forgot. I just, and I don't want to I feel selfish. I still feel self-centered. That's why I don't talk a lot about my grieving, because I feel like I don't want to appear self-centered. I don't want to appear needy. I don't want to appear attention seeking. And so many people support me, and I love to support so many people. But I just couldn't bring myself to go. I'm not a funeral type of person. Some people will go to everybody's funeral. I stopped really being able to go to attend funerals. And I feel selfish for this. But every time I go to a funeral, it just takes more and more out of me to see death. And so, when my girlfriend Shatavia passed away from ovarian cancer, and then it's even before her, a lot of people I knew was passing away. And I don't want this to be so dark. But having, hung out with her, and, we would go to lunch, and we made plans, and to watch her over a period of 9 years deteriorate and keep fighting and have such a beautiful spirit. Most of the time when we was together, I was the sad one and she was trying to cheer me up, but she had cancer. And so it's just so much death, and it's so much sickness. And watching my family, my mom had 12, it was 12 of them, and then to now be down to 3. I just could not drag myself to see my cousin. In case you didn't know, he was murdered. He was stabbed to death. And that was the weekend before, Wednesday, 2 Wednesdays ago, he was stabbed to death. It was on the news. And then, but the thing is that his brother, his older brother, he died 2 Thanksgivings ago on Thanksgiving. And I just can't imagine what my cousin Nikita is going through. And her mother, my auntie, is the one that I told you guys has brain cancer. So we lost my mom. Then we lost my uncle. And then my aunt was diagnosed with brain cancer. And at the same time, my girlfriend Montego she already had she has cancer all over her body, and that's the one who we had the living repast for. And then my friend Mario, who has throat cancer, he's been fighting it for about 4 or 5 years. And they just told him that there's nothing else that they can do, and that he doesn't have much time. And then Montego, she made it to her birthday. And I texted her week before last, and she didn't respond. So I reached out to a mutual friend, and she said that she's not doing well. She said that she's no longer talking, and everything. And so her daughter is monitoring her phone. She's not eating. And when I reached out to Mario yesterday to tell him that I was going to come see him, he said he hasn't been up to receiving company. And then another one of my close girlfriends, both of her parents are not doing well. And in the 30 years that we've been friends, I've never seen her cry. She's always been the strong one. I told my best friend this morning, Mo, I said, the first time that I saw you cry was a couple of years ago. I feel helpless because you've always been the strong one. I've never seen you cry. I'm the cry baby. I am a cry baby. I'm very sensitive. I'm very emotional. I cry very easily. I'm an empath. I take on other people's energy and spirit. And so when Mo broke down, and then whenever she lost her dad and she broke down, it's like I don't know how to handle that because I'm so used to always being the strong one. And so whenever I see people that I think are stronger than me, that I told Mo, and I haven't told my other girlfriend. I said, y'all are like my sheroes, my superheroes. Y'all are like, you get what I'm saying? And so whenever your hero and your shero and your women of steel, when they break down on you, and you're the one always breaking down on them, you don't know what to do. You don't know how to comfort them. Well, I know how to comfort them, but then I have to take my own self out of it because even whenever I break down, I don't want to be seen as weak. I don't want you to baby me. It's like I break down, but then I suck it up. I'm like, and I'm strong again. And then I don't want to talk about it. I want to laugh about it. I want to laugh. I want to act like my weakness never happened. And it's always been me. I remember whenever my mom stopped spanking me. My mama stopped spanking me because I decided on that day when she hit me that I was not going to cry. And she beat the out of me to try and make me cry. And I refused to cry. So I didn't go to my cousin's funeral today. And I feel like shit. I feel like shit because I don't want my cousin, his mom, who is my first cousin, her son is my second cousin. I don't want her to think that I don't love her and that I don't support her and that I'm not there for her. But I just couldn't make myself go because I have so much death around me that I know I know soon it's gonna start happening. All the people that I love and care about, been friends with, and all this other stuff, who right now are, some are close to end of life and some are fighting. I know that I have to prepare myself for it. But right now I don't feel like I can be the support that they need because I need to be strong and not cry and not break down. But if I go around, I'm gonna be breaking down like it's me. And so I didn't go to my cousin's funeral today. And I'm getting ready to go out, wandering like I usually do, aimlessly through life. I'm supposed to go to Madison to stand around and look like I'm doing something for the fish fry and all this other stuff that we're doing for our trip to the UJ Florida game. And I feel selfish in doing that. It's like, how can you go and, do that, it's not a fish fry, it's actually selling ribs and chicken and everything else. They're trying to raise money so that we don't have to pay so much money whenever we go to the UJ Florida game. But how can you go to something like that, but you didn't go to your cousin's funeral? And people will judge. And people will have stuff to say. And I always say in life, nothing is black and white. Because I wasn't even going to go to that. But I'm sitting on that sofa. Say it. I'm sitting on that sofa and I'm like, Lee, that's my mama talking in my ear. Lee, you need to get up. You need to get up and you need to get out the house. And so that's what I'm doing. It's a drive. Matter of fact, I need to find me I'm just rambling. I need to find me a good book to listen to because I haven't found a good book to listen to. My cousin recommended one. I didn't like the narrator. So I'm going to go find me something to eat. And I'm not even going to eat because I don't want no ribs and chicken and fish. And even though it's going to be the bomb, that's not what I want. I don't know what I want. I don't want a hamburger. I don't know what I want. But one thing that I do know that's about to happen, because I just switched subjects because I don't want this to be so melancholy. So let me tell you what I do know is about to happen. What's about to happen is these two things right here. Baby, don't do it. Don't do it. Do not drink any type of alcohol that comes in a can. This is for the frat brothers. This is for the tailgaters. This is for the all-night spades game players. This is for the bike riders that love to be on the set. Baby, that's what this for. This CUTWATER Peppermint White Russian, 13% alcohol by volume. It's got peppermint white Russian with CUTWATER vodka, coffee cream, liqueur, and peppermint flavor. I'm taking this to Madison. Because, baby, it cannot stay in my house. I bought this when we went to Myrtle Beach, and me, Tam, and Tiffany all split one. So it wasn't bad. I was cool. But last night, called myself trying to relax after the premiere. I had a can of this. Baby, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. I was fighting for my life. When I say fighting for my life, fighting for my life. Baby, don't do it. Don't do it. So I'm getting ready to get out of here, figure out what I'm going to eat because it is 12:28 and I haven't eaten. Don't even know what I have a taste for. I made some chili yesterday, but I gave Lish some chili. I took Day some chili, and then I got another thing of chili in there that I need to give to Deidre's son, but I'm not gonna do it now because I'm getting ready to go to Madison. So let's get out of here, you guys. I'm sorry for being so melancholy so early on a Saturday, but I'm very transparent with you guys. I'm very honest with you guys. Sometimes I think to a fault because sometimes your honesty people uses against you, but it's like whatever. So getting ready to head out of here and get this demonic stuff out of my house. So come on, beautiful people, let's go. Baby. She said we fired. This one said we are fired.
Yes. So we have 2 spots available for Georgia, Florida. Anybody want to go?
Yeah. Yeah. They paid already too. They paid, so y'all good.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to?
Yeah.
Not the help is it.
We don't pay already.
So we can't go to the UGA Florida again. We fired.
Y'all fired.
How you getting there?
I told you.
What?
You're going to take me, then you're going to come back and get me.
Y'all see that bullshit? Y'all see this foolishness? Okay, y'all, I had to come jump in the car right quick and say this little bit because when I come here and put like this, Trisha is my best friend, Monica's best friend. They've been knowing each other since they was like almost since they was born. But me and Trisha vibe out so much. When we get together, we just be talking, just talking. We talk about life. We talk about getting back to our zen. We talk about menopause, but we just talk about we talk about everything. But we really talk about just getting to the point in life where we just chill. I'm close this door because I don't want to get the music on. And while we was just here, just talking a few minutes ago, we was talking about being truly honest about our desires and what we want and not letting society dictate for us what we should and should not want and desire out of fear of being ridiculed. And we both said we just want, when it comes to a man, we're no longer afraid to say we want a man who is going to cover us and, yes, take care of us. Someone who's going to make my life easier. I hustle, I stress, I worry. I don't want a 50-50. I want a man that's going to give me 100% of who he is because I'm giving him 100% of who I am. But I'm tired of fucking working. I'm tired of stressing. I'm tired of worrying about paying bills. I'm tired about worried about this. I want someone who is going to come along and say, Chloe, take those track shoes off, number one. Unlace your track. Don't even unlace your track shoes because I know you're quick to run. I need you to take those off completely. Throw them away because, baby, I got you. I got you and I got us. That's what I want. A man who says, not only I got you, but baby, I got us. Yes, I'm still going to make my own money. I'm still going to, because that's just who I am. Trisha don't want to work. I'm one of those people. Let me be free with my YouTube. Let me focus on that to be my source of income. Or let me keep on doing my contracting work. But I'm going to be honest with you. I don't want to go back into corporate anymore. I want to make money until I can retire. That's one. But importantly, I need to start speaking how I truly feel and not feeling stifled or not feeling censored because of what society will say that I shouldn't want, I shouldn't desire. And you one of those types of women, and that's your problem, and that's why you're single. I am single because I haven't found a man who truly covers me, who truly makes me feel safe, who truly makes me feel protected, who truly is a man's man and has my back and says, Chloe, I got you. I want to take care of you. But I say all this to say one of the things that I need to add to my prayer list, that I am going to add to my prayer list whenever it comes to a man. And y'all, whenever I be talking about these men, but I be saying at the same time, I don't want to be bothered. That is crazy as hell. But I need a man who wants to travel. And whenever I say travel, and let me tell you, who just inspired that conversation that I just had with her while we was just standing there. They're cooking. I'm just here as moral support because we're going to the UJ Florida game at the beginning of November. And so they had a fish fry a month and a half ago because we want to get a whole huge section with just us for the tailgate. And so now they're cooking barbecue ribs also. So we're in Madison and they're, doing that to raise money, additional money to pay for the spot. So that's what we're down here doing. But we just had a conversation. And as we were having a conversation, I was reading a text message from my girl Coco. Make sure you go follow Coco and Phil and I'm gonna try and make sure I remember to throw her ad up here. Coco and Phil on YouTube. And I love to watch Coco and Phil because they are each other's best friends. And they get on the road. They have an RV. They get on the road. They travel. They take their bikes. They get off their bikes and they ride their bikes. They fish. They do everything together. So, and Coco, I know you ain't gonna mind me saying this, but I had sent her a picture I sent her a video of my old boss. Him and his wife are 100% RV travelers, even though he, has a full-time job. 100% RV travels. So Coco said, yeah, that's nice. She said, I saw you had a premiere yesterday, but we were getting on the road. We've been on the go since we got here, but I'm going to watch as soon as I get a chance. And then she says, but it's definitely a great investment. We're out in ours right now. RV. Coco and Phil, baby, whenever I say they stay gone, baby, they go every weekend, almost. Baby, they going fishing. They going RVing. They going to Florida. They going to New Orleans. They're going to Alabama. They're going to South Carolina. Baby, they go everywhere. Everywhere. And so that's what I'm adding to my prayer list. As I had to tell y'all, I need to make sure. Remember, I said that I don't believe in just saying, okay, well, I want him to be a protector and a provider. I want him to be kind. Like my girl Lish said, we're so afraid to say anything else because society will tear us down. Let me tell you what I want. Some of what I want. I want him to be over 6 feet tall. God ain't gonna give me everything I want, but I'm gonna ask for it. I want him to be over 6 feet tall. I love a chocolate man. Lord Jesus, I want him to be chocolate. What's her name? Viola Davis. If you go back and listen to the interview that she did with, was it Oprah? She talked about how when she spoke to God, she told God what she wanted in a man, and she outlined the physical and everything. Guess what she got? So I'm not going to be afraid. I'm going to tell God everything that I desire and I want. And if I get it, great. If I get 80%, I great. If I get 30, 40%, great. As he's going to send me who's going to send me. But I'm still going to tell him what I want in a package. I want him to be over 6 feet. I want him to be chocolate. Sorry about that. My camera overheated. I want him to be in good shape, and I want to get my ass in shape too, because I can't ask for something I don't want. I want him to have stability. I want him to have his own home or own apartment. I want him to have already healed. I want him to be positive. I want him to be supportive. I want him to be attractive, nice looking. Love a man with a bald head, love a man with dreads. I don't want him to have a big beard. I want him to have a nice goatee or even a low cut beard. And if it's white, let it be white. I don't want him to be dyeing it, black and gray. That's something that we talk about. Men talk about what they like and what they don't like, but women can't talk about what they like and they don't like. I don't want him to have a big beard. I want him to have a low cut beard. I want him to be God fearing. I want him to be a praying man. I want him to be a man that's not afraid to pray in front of me and pray over me. I want him to pray for our family. I want him to pray for our future. I want him to pray for us. I don't want him to be rah rah, loud, gotta be seen. I want him to be real cool and laid back, because I'm real cool and laid back whenever, I'm just real chill. So I want him to be real chill. But I want him to be masculine. I want him to be able to tell me to sit, woman, I got this. Sit down, I got this. I want him to be good with his hands in all kinds of ways, but I want him to be able to fix some stuff. I want him to be able to, just do the man stuff. Because when he does the man stuff, that is such a turn on for me. I do want him to cut grass. I don't know what it is about me and my fixation with grass. I want him to cut grasses. I love to see a man outside sweating, cutting grass. And it goes back to things that I saw growing up with my dad. But I just had to jump on here real quick and tell y'all that yes, I want him to be a traveling man. And not a traveling man as a mason, even though he can be a mason. Not traveling in that way. I want him to be a man who, I want my field to my Coco. And did I tell y'all they used to call me Coco whenever I was in elementary school? They used to call me Coco because of fame. So they used to call me, Coco. Anyway, I want my Phil. That's what I want. I want my Philip. I want my Philip. I want my best friend who enjoys my company so much, and I enjoy his company so much that we really can be together and around each other and not get tired. Well, sometimes you will get tired of each other. We can take a break from each other, but be back together again. And I'm going to say it, whether y'all like it or not. My ex was my best friend, and we had that type of friendship, that type of relationship where we never got tired of each other. Because we would be with other people and missing each other. And we were like that in our 30s. So it's not like we were like 15, 16, or in our 20s. We were in our 30s. I want my best friend. And until I meet a man, until God presents my best friend to me, I will continue to feel like I feel now, which is not want to be bothered. The right person will come along and take all of that away. But God, I'm asking you, can you please make him a man that will get on a road on a Friday and we go check into a hotel and just kick it. I need to be a wingman to the main man. That's what I need. And so that's what I'm asking God for. God, you heard me. I done said it in front of the whole world. Some of what I want. Just a little snippet of what I want. But I need him to be able to travel. I need him to want to travel. I need him to call me up and say, baby, throw something in the bag. We getting on the road. That's what I want. And I want to be able to call him up and say, baby, throw something in the bag. We getting on the road. Okay. That's it. I'm finna get ready to go watch kickball in a minute. Bye.